I'll tell you one thing, if a little green man pops out of me, I'm shooting first and asking questions later.
You are on the verge of destroying the entire universe.
Welcome to the Strange Podcast with Sam and Logan.
If you enjoy the show, please go to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you're listening, and please give us a good rating. If you want to share a story or have ideas for a future episode, you're welcome to visit us at www.thestrangepodcast.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome to The Strange Podcast. This is episode 33. As always, I'm Logan Marks.
And I'm Sam Baxter. Today's May 31st, 2018.
33, that's the number of the Illuminati.
Oh, yeah, that's right, man. Shit. we're fucking with them, man. Does that mean that does that mean we're part of their association, or?
I got my card yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Got my Illuminati card.
Motherfuckers got me. Shit. I only got a fucking Walmart card.
Well, technically, I got your card. I just changed your mailing address to my house. It was pretty easy to do.
Yeah, you can take my bills too, motherfucker.
I'll take them, but I won't pay them.
Man, you hear about like the news this week, man? Roseanne got canceled.
Oh, good, because that show, I didn't like that show at all.
I was never a fan of that show.
I liked the original show. Like, I remember watching it when I was a kid, and I tried watching the newer ones, and it just felt really forced.
Oh, it did?
It did, like the way they talked. Everything sounded like it was just like they were reading lines off of cards and stuff.
But didn't it get the highest ratings or something? Didn't it like get all these high ratings next to Big Bang Theory? I think it was number 2.
Yeah, it did really well. I just didn't care for it.
Yeah, I never saw it.
Yeah,
I think I saw season 1 way back in the day in the late 80s. I think that was it. That was enough for me.
Yeah, I kind of like the original one. She wasn't as conservative. Now she's just kind of, I don't know.
Oh, is she?
She's got a lot more conservative. Before she was kind of liberal, it's always like the man. She's always like against the man and all that stuff. And,
so that wasn't the same premise this time?
No, because she was more of a more conservative. More like I guess she voted. She was a Trump supporter.
No, yeah, there's a lot of Trump supporters. Doesn't mean the show can't be bad, but
no, I'm not saying that that's why it was bad. But I just didn't like it because it didn't feel like I didn't like the way that was written. I didn't like but it was just more before she was pretty liberal. So like a lot of her stuff was like. It kind of I could relate more to it because it was more like being poor.
Oh, I got you.
And they try to do it now, but it's just kind of, I don't know, it just didn't feel the same.
Oh, okay. Are they still poor in this one?
Well, yeah, but I mean they're just older now, and like for some reason everybody's moving back into the house. And,
oh, really?
Yeah.
So I thought like at the end of the original show they like won the lotto or something.
Did they? I just remember that Dan died at the end of it, and then all of a sudden like he's just there now.
Yeah. I know it never happened.
I know.
You can't even
it was all a dream.
Continuity's all fucked up. So anyway, yeah. So unfortunately, she got. I mean, it sucks because a lot of writers and the other actors and actresses are out of a job. But I don't know. I kind of read that they might the network might do something else for everyone else. Everyone else to do something. She's got money. I'm not worried about her.
They can still do the show. They could just make her die instead of keep Dan.
Oh shit! The Dan show. No.
Oh man, Roseanne died. Well, Dan's the main character now.
Yeah, no, I liked him. I always liked him. John Goodman.
Yeah, John Goodman was one of my favorite.
Do you remember him in Revenge of the Nerds? He was the coach.
The coach, yeah.
He was all wanting them to beat up the nerds and all that stuff.
I know.
He was like the instigator for all that.
I know. He was supposed to be like the ones that hey guys, you need to tone it down. But like,
instead he's
the one that you
gotta get revenge.
Why don't you guys commit crimes and stuff?
I know. Do it because you're men. That was his whole thing. No, I know. John Goodman he's been in a lot of good stuff. I've always liked him.
I always liked him in the Big Lebowski.
That's one movie I haven't seen. Everyone shakes their head at me because I've never seen that one. That one in the what's that one? Shawshank Redemption.
You haven't seen those?
No. And I've seen a shitload of movies in my life.
Yeah, those are pretty good. I mean, I loved the Big Lebowski. It was one of my favorites.
A lot of people tell me it's really good. I just haven't seen
it. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I think you'd like it. It's your kind of humor.
Is it white humor? I love white humor.
White humor. I don't know. It's just funny shit.
No, I haven't seen it. Yeah, I'll watch it one day. I don't know. I like I said, Shawshank and that one. They're on my lists. For all those who listening to me, yeah, I guess I'm lame. but I'll watch them eventually after I watch Deliverance.
I haven't seen that one. I know what it's about. I just don't want to like.
You don't want to watch that one?
Yeah, it just makes me nervous. It's like I don't just being out in the woods makes you nervous. Watching people being out there.
Yeah, no shit.
All lost and
rednecks and all this shit out there that are
everybody's chasing you around.
Oh god.
No, my friend.
Yeah.
No.
So anything Arrested Development, that came out this week, didn't it?
Yeah, I watched a couple of the episodes. It's pretty good.
Is it still pretty
good?
It's a lot
better than I really like it. The only thing I was like when I'm watching like everybody just looks old in it.
Oh shit.
It's been a couple of years.
I was gonna say, man, it's been like 10 years since the show came out.
Yeah, a lot of times pass, but you don't realize how long it's been until you see them, and you're like, oh man, everyone's kind of just aged.
Yeah, you know what sucks is try watching the X-Files. That show hasn't been on for like 15 years, mm-hmm. And so like Duchovny, he's like fucking late 50s now, I think. And watching him there, he's still trying to do it like he was back in the day, when he was in his early 30s. Mm-hmm. I mean, when the camera is panned away, it looks all fine. But when it gets all close up on him, man, you can see all the lines and stuff. And
I know with that HD.
Yeah, the HD crap.
HD film, it's like you can see all the old wrinkles. And
yeah.
on there.
So I mean, I know what you mean. It's kind of disheartening a little bit to see that.
Like, because you remember him a certain way, and then you like see him and like, oh my god, it's like,
he's 58 now.
That's a big difference.
But
it's still pretty good. It's still pretty funny. There's a lot of the jokes are pretty on, and I'm enjoying it right now. So
how many episodes is this season?
I've only got to 4, so I didn't really see how many they had.
Oh, okay. All right, well, yeah, maybe I'll watch it. Like I said, I think like I said, I've never seen the show yet. We talked about that before. I've never seen it, so maybe I'll check it out one day. But
yeah, I mean they're not long. They're only like 22 minutes, I think.
Oh, was that it? Even the old ones?
Yeah, they're not like long episodes. They're pretty quick.
There's so many good shows on Fox that have been canceled. You notice that, like over the years?
Yeah, people still wait for Firefly to come back.
Yeah, I know. I always hear about that, huh? People always want that show to come back. Well, they made that movie, remember?
Yeah, but it didn't do that well in the box office.
I mean, they killed off some characters, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, but that's what Josh Whedon does. That people kind of expect that.
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was not a real big fan of that show, and I love sci-fi, so I'm the minority in that one too. Yeah, I didn't think it was all that great, but whatever. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, that came out, didn't it?
Yeah, that came out like 2 days ago. Yeah, that's the one I need to start watching because that's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, I think I think it's gonna end, and then it's gonna become like I heard that they wanted to do like a comedy or a movie at the end.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, that's what I heard, but I mean,
I don't know if it's that much for a movie. Like I could see a TV show.
Why would you do that? It's already on Netflix. Why would you want to put it on a movie in a movie format? It's like do you remember Sopranos? We talked about Sopranos. Remember that? It was on HBO. You had everything on there. You had cursing, you had killing, you had nudity, you had just totally adult themes. And then I remember they talked about at the end, because when the series ended, a lot of people were a little bit complaining. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So they were talking about David Chase, the creator, was talking about, yeah, we might make some movies, to tie it up. It's like, okay, I understand the movies, but why are you going to he wanted to put it in a theater. And I was like, why are you going to do that? It's not like this show, you could have done this on HBO and still made it there. Now, obviously, they didn't do anything, but what's the point of, doing that when it was already on a platform that would allow all you needed?
Yeah. I mean, shit. How many seasons did they have? Like 7 or 8?
I think they had like 5 or 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but there was a lot of episodes.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't tell a tale by then, I mean,
I know
the movie's not gonna, movie's not gonna.
Is it really gonna tie things up? It's like, but I mean, we're not gonna give anything away. But there was 6 seasons, and 86 episodes. But not giving anything away. But remember how it ended? A lot of people were complaining. Yeah. Right.
Well, man, if you haven't watched it by now, you.
Well, I know.
Spoiler alert.
Well, there's still some.
Come on, man.
You know what? I've still talked to some people at work who haven't seen it, and it's still on their list. Look at me, man. I haven't watched Big Lebowski. That came out like 20 years ago.
I don't know. If you haven't watched it by now, I mean, you can't complain about spoilers. That's your fault, man.
I want to go in fresh.
That's it. I want to go in fresh.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, the way it ended, a lot of people were, those who liked it, and you know what I'm talking about, how it just kind of abruptly ended. I don't know. I think it was just a dumb thing. Like, it was just a money grab if they said, oh, yeah, we're going to, have some fucking real movie theater, action for the show. It's like, come on, man. It's not like it was on NBC where it was on censored network, and then we're going to put on a movie format where we can do some real shit. I mean, it was on HBO. You can do whatever the fuck you want. They already did. There was already a lot of sex and all that shit on there, so. Anyway.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, so Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, like I said, I think they talked about doing that in the movie. If they do it in the movie theater, I probably will not see it. I'm not going to go to the theater to watch that movie to show.
I'll wait to get till it gets to DVD.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the show, but I'm not going to pay like $9 to watch it when I can watch it on Netflix for free.
No. No, I'll wait till it comes out on VHS.
VHS, all right. All right, we should probably get into the strange news.
Yeah, let's do that.
Talked about movies for about 10 minutes. So.
That was like, fuck you,
let's do what we came here to do.
All right.
So when we come back, we're gonna be talking about we're gonna have strange news, and we'll see you when we get there.
It's time for strange news.
And we're back. So what do you got for us?
Well, man, I got a couple weird ones. Italian parents forced to change the daughter's name because it wasn't feminine enough. This couple in Italy named their baby Blue, B-L-U.
It was a girl named Blue?
Yeah, Blue. Just B-L.
That's not a bad
name.
I
don't think so either. I don't think so either. And so the court said, nah, that name's not suitable for a woman. So a presidential decree in 2000 said that the name given to a child must correspond to their sex, right? So they don't want like a Shannon for a girl, or a guy. I don't even know what that is anymore. When I was growing up, Shannon was a guy's name, or it was a girl's name, but I see it as a guy now. And Tommy, you see that it was a guy's name, and I see that for a girl's name. So anyway, they say that this name Blue, B-L-U, is not a feminine name, and
so they can change that.
Yeah, they're gonna make them change it. And if
this is in Italy.
And if the parents don't change it on their own, the government will issue her a name. Yeah. So
your name is Blue 27.
Yeah,
now.
I know. Blue girl. So at least it won't be blue balls. I'll tell you that.
Blue balls. Mrs. Balls.
Middle name is Balls. So she's 18-month-old. Her name's already birth certificate, everything. She's already registered, but they've been given a summons, and they've told her, hey, you got to change this fucking name. It's not feminine enough. And they say that there's just a few people already in the country have that name, but I guess they're not allowing it. They don't want that to be. They want it to be a fucking feminine name. So they were saying that I guess the name Celeste was originally a boy's name in Italy, but now it's exclusively given to girls. So I guess like in that country, you have to. There just must be a gender divider.
Is there like a book?
They must have. Yeah, man, they got these rules hardcore, man. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know what the problem is. Why that's such a thing. I mean, it started in 2000. Maybe they felt like people were becoming too progressive. I don't know. Or too weird. Changing.
It's probably all that crazy shit where people call their kid Apple.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we're not going to do that anymore. We're tired
of it. Yeah,
of
exactly. This is too
fucking
stupid.
Up kids' names.
Yeah. It's a fucking stupid name. So anyway, Blue in Italy, I'm sorry. Sorry to your parents. That name does not stick. So what do you got?
Televangelist seeks donations for $54 million jet.
$54 million?
Hey, the Lord needs to fly.
Oh, man. What's his justification on this?
Jesse Duplantis.
Is that a real
prosperity
name?
Gospel. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Duplantis.
Oh, Duplantis. Okay.
Jesse Duplantis is the guy's name.
Okay.
A prosperity gospel televangelist with a global reach is asking disciples for money to buy a jet that costs $54 million. He says so we can go anywhere in the world in one stop.
Oh,
he seeks his donations in a video post. Something he posted last week from his ministry website. And he says, I really believe that if the Lord Jesus Christ was physically on earth today, he wouldn't be riding a donkey. Duplantis says in the video. He says he'd be in a plane flying all over the world. He had bought a plane like in 2006, so he needs an upgrade. So now he wants
That plane doesn't hold enough hookers in it, or what?
I guess.
What the fuck?
Well, this new one, the Zalt Falcon 7S, it can hold up to 16 passengers.
Oh shit!
So yeah, so there's a lot of coke and hookers.
Yeah, man, that's a lot.
And it was kind of funny because like I remember it was like a few months ago. I mean, these guys. I think it was the Blanis and this other guy in 2015. Yeah, it was 2015. It was a while ago. In Copeland, we're talking about buying private jets and how they needed them because they couldn't fly commercial planes because it's full of demons and they don't want. And they need their time so they can pray and they don't want to be amongst the demons when they do it.
Oh man! Oh Lord, help these evangelists! Fuck. These guys.
I can't believe they have. Yeah, these guys have a lot of balls. I don't know, and then I don't know how they get the money because people give it.
Yeah,
to them.
man. I mean, you see,
because it's not his first jet.
You know what?
He's had 3 jets before.
I bet you that Joel Osteen guy. I bet he's got his own fucking thing like that too. That guy makes bank.
Oh man, you have such a hard on for him. You always like going after.
Yeah,
he's like the one. Is he like the only one you know, or what?
That's the only guy I know. I mean, besides, I mean, I don't know. I only know the old ones. Like this guy, I've never heard of him. But he's the one because I remember I used to have like people at work used to try and tell me about him. Like, yeah, you should watch them. Like, I ain't fucking watching shit. Where they they fucking pray to me on TV. I don't go to church.
I don't trust any. Yeah, I don't trust any of the TV ones.
No, those are the worst. I mean, you remember? No, I'm saying because remember growing up. I mean, we're old, so remember like Pat Robertson or not Pat Robertson.
Yeah.
Jimmy Swaggart and
Yeah,
Jim and Tammy
those
Baker.
guys.
Remember they were all like they're always like condemning everybody else. Everyone else is fucking going to hell. You damn sinners. And then like Swaggart, he got caught with prostitutes.
Yeah, and
Tammy Baker.
Did they have like a? Did they like embezzle money?
Yeah, they took a bunch of money and they extramarital affairs and all this shit, and it's like why? And then people like would still support them and stuff like that. And I get that people make mistakes.
That's what I don't get because like they I know they make mistakes still, but still, I mean, they're asking for money all the time. You would think like, okay, they're basically thieves. I don't know why you would give thieves money again.
Well, because they don't see them as thieves. They see them as doing the Lord's work, right? So like if you could argue like, well, if you don't help it, you're assisting Satan, right? That type of thing.
Well, I even remember there was one guy. His name was Popoff. And he would go and he would like, hey, it's like people would come down and he would pretend to heal people and stuff. And was it the Amazing Randy? He's like one of the well-known skeptics.
Okay.
He went and they were trying to prove that he was a fake.
Okay.
And when they were doing that, they figured out that basically that Pop-Up had like an earpiece. Mm-hmm. And his wife was feeding him information because they heard over the radio, they heard like the wife telling them stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like they would go
like Fletch 2. Do you remember Fletch 2?
Yeah. Pretty much. So like people would go and like before they went in, they would like, hey, write your problems and shit on the card and write your name and your address and all that stuff. And she would go and she would take it and he was like, oh, okay, there's a guy from. His guy's name's Barney, whatever, know, and he's got his knees are bad or whatever, and so like, and he would be like, "Is there a Barney, whatever in here?"
Yeah,
and they
believe it.
They pretty much they found out what he was doing. They showed they exposed him, and people still give that guy money.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. That stuff's that's above my head. I don't get that. I don't get why people follow that. I know
we should start a religious podcast and just have send us money.
Yeah, maybe we'd make some money then, huh? Fuck, man.
Just send us $100 and we'll send you a prayer and heal
you. I know.
All you got to do is touch your iPod or your phone.
Yep, and we'll give you the prayer through that device. You'll feel warm all inside.
You'll feel the warmth of the battery all over you.
Yeah, that shit's too nuts for me, man. I can't deal with that. So next one,
what do you got?
Next story I got is there's a man who he got charged federal charges because he got caught peeing in flight. So this guy was on a plane and he was taking a piss in the seat. Now he wasn't in the bathroom, man. This guy is facing charges after allegedly groping a female airline passenger and then urinating on the seat in front of him. So this 45-year-old guy, I guess he had a lot to drink. And he was traveling from Denver to Charleston, South Carolina, on Frontier Airlines when he became unruly and disrupted the flight. So he was like touching the girl, like she was like sleeping next to him, and he wouldn't like leave her alone. He was like touching her arm, touching her leg, and she's like, "Leave me the fuck alone." So then he got escorted back to the back seat, and so he even took a picture of him. Somebody took a picture of him. He's unzipped and he's just fucking looking down as he's fucking shooting off a stream. They got him, man. They got him in midstream. This guy.
It sounds like you're talking about like an unruly dog. He was like, he was sniffing everyone's crotch.
I know. He just
wouldn't
stop. He was so horny.
Yeah, get out, boy.
Yeah. So this guy, man, he got charged, and he was released on a $25,000 bond, but then he's restricted from traveling, doing that flight again, and from excessive alcohol abuse. But this guy, man, I don't know. He doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't get it. This guy seems weird. And the picture of him, like I said, he's just sitting there pissing. So either he's really fucking.
They took a picture while he was pissing.
Somebody else did. No, somebody else. Somebody in
okay.
the seat, on the side, saw him doing that and fucking snapped a shot.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he's, like I said, they got him in midstream pissing. Yeah, he's sitting there. He's pissing. He's not.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this guy, man, he's It was funny because he was like, they said he was like physically excited when he was talking to the woman because he kept pestering her, asking her questions, and he kept looking at her chest and her legs because she was wearing a tank top and shorts. So,
damn.
Yeah, this guy. Well, you wanted some action, then you had to take a leak.
So you want to join the Mile High Club?
Yeah, I know. The Mile High Piss Club now.
Piss Club.
So this guy, yeah, he got arrested, and let's see. I don't know if they'll let him on anymore, but.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna ban him.
Yeah, he should be banned.
He's done.
Yep. So what do you got?
So I got a Shelby County correctional officer says he was locked in a cell for hours. This guy from Memphis, Tennessee, a correctional officer. He was cleaning up the cell. So he goes into the cell and he tells his partners, like, "Hey, I'm gonna be in the cell. The door has to be, for some reason, the door has to be closed when he does it." He closed it and he's like, "Remember, I'm in here, cause and let me out whenever."
Don't shut the door.
When I'm ready to go. Yeah, don't shut the door. But apparently the door got shut.
Whatever you do, don't shut the door.
So he's there. He was there for like 10 minutes, and then he's like starts banging on the door, and
Nobody's there.
Nobody answers. He's starting to freak out, and it's so he was like, "Man, it's like I hope somebody remembers that I'm in here." So he starts, and so he decides, "Oh look, shit!" He starts kicking the door, like he's trying to make a bunch of noise so that somebody will come and get him.
Yeah.
But so the other inmates, they hear him in there and they know that it's him.
Yeah.
So they start making a bunch of noise too. So they just kind of drown out.
Yeah,
his
they're
noise.
masking out his sound.
So he's in there, and he's like, no, he's starting to get scared now because he's waiting. He's in there for like 4 hours.
Oh, shit.
So 4 hours later, finally, the guy that was with him that was supposed to open the door for him, he left off his shift, and a new shift came, and they were just kind of doing a check and seeing all the cells,
like routine,
and they realized that he was in there, and they got him out.
Oh, shit.
So he says he plans to sue the county now.
Why?
Because he had such a horrible incident.
Was he in there with somebody else?
No, he's in there by himself. It's 4 hours is a long time.
It is a long time. I get that.
But I mean, I don't know what he's gonna get.
I was gonna say. I mean, it's a guy who fucking left him locked in there, not the whole county, right?
I know he should have kicked that guy's ass.
I know.
I'd be kind of pissed off too. It's like if you're at work and someone.
I know.
I
know. That's right. I get that. But I mean, are you gonna? I don't know, man. Sue? Like what?
I know.
I mean, it's not like the door accidentally shut when it shouldn't have, right? And then locked him in there. I mean, it was fucking manually done.
The guy got paid 4 hours to sit around
exactly,
and do nothing.
Man.
So.
He's just chilling.
Nobody's crying about it.
Yeah.
Might as well just take a nap and
Yeah,
wait.
no doubt.
Someone would have came looking eventually.
Exactly. So a woman and her son, her young son, were, sitting at a stoplight, and they were in Canada, and all of a sudden it started raining on them, but it wasn't raining water; it was raining shit.
Oh,
so
gross.
So mother and her son were splattered with falling feces as it covered the car and came through the sunroof. So this shit started plopping down all over the car. Started falling.
Where did it come from?
The sky, man. The sky God gave it to them. So the bad thing is it got all over her. It got all over her son inside the vehicle. It was coming from the sky. And when she realized it and she looked up, she saw that a plane was passing by. So the plane somehow must have, opened up its compartment or came undone or something.
It's like Joe Dirt's meteor. That meteor he was like pulling around everywhere. He was like taking with him everywhere. He was all eating off of it.
So this lady says, it was very wet and smelled terrible. Couldn't describe the feeling.
Yeah, I can see that.
It was almost like chunks of mud falling from the sky, hitting you in the face.
Oh, that'd be horrible. That's messed up. What do you even do after that? I mean, just go home, I guess, just clean off.
Yeah, she says, my son said that the sensation he got was a cold feeling as it hit his face. Then the smell was overwhelming for him, and he almost got sick as it was hitting his face. Yeah. So she ended up going to the doctor, for a fear of infection or catching something,
hepatitis.
Yeah. Her doctor's note showed that she was diagnosed with conjunctivitis in both eyes as a result of being inundated with sewage from an overhead plane while driving the car. So I guess, she made a proper, what's it called? She called the authorities and, they're looking into it and they're going to, she wants some type of restitution. I understand. I'm not against that, man. But shit coming down and hitting you in the face, man, in your car while you're just sitting there, man. Ugh.
That's why I don't like the convertibles.
Well, I mean, I think it was just a sunroof.
Oh, it's on a sunroof,
Yeah.
man. That was a good shot.
Yeah, it was a lot of good shit, man.
It's 1 in a million
That
shot.
was some good shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with the lady.
Yeah, we'll see if she gets any money or compensation.
Yeah, she should get something. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. God has no business dropping his shit from the sky.
You know, shit on people. It's a shit storm.
What do you got?
All right, so I got gentleman jailed for a stunt at Disney Resort. So, Dylan Birch, 22, was arrested for telling guests at Disney's Contemporary Resort in Orange County, Florida, that an active shooter was on the premises. So he planned to videotape the guests' reaction and intended to post it on YouTube. But as a result, because he did that, everyone just called the police, alerted authorities, and so they came looking for him because he was the one telling everybody that there was an active shooter in the area. And they ended up, when the cops came down, they found Birch hiding in some bushes on the property and arrested him.
Oh, shit.
arrested him for disturbing the peace, and disorderly, because he was pretty much intoxicated when he did.
Yeah. Oh shit.
So
they got his ass.
yeah, the guy's ass. I mean, what a dumbass! Why would you fucking do that for views? For YouTube views?
You know what? Remember your boy Logan Paul? He did things like that. Remember he
My boy.
You're like, yeah. Wait a minute.
My brother from another mother.
Yeah. Remember he was doing all this fucked up shit, right, for views. A lot of people, they want those views, man. They want the attraction of getting all.
But it's just a stupid shit to do this time, when all the shooting and stuff is going on right now.
Yeah, I get that, man. I get that. We're old enough to know that it's ridiculous. We're not young enough to, buy into it. I mean, look, if we were smart enough, our podcast would be more popular and we'd get more money. But we're not, man. We're not.
People wouldn't hate us so much.
I know. We wouldn't get all this hate mail. But instead, we don't get
but
it.
We're still here.
We're so out of touch, we can't even quit. We're too stupid to know to quit. So I got one last quick news tidbit. This is dumb lady. She changed. Woman changes her kid's name after the tattoo she got was misspelled of his name. So her son's name was Kevin, and the tattoo artist actually put in an L for Kelvin. And so did she
misspell it when she gave it to him?
No, he did. He did. Yeah, the tattoo artist inserted just a random L in her son's name. Yeah, I know. So she figured that surgically removing it would be too expensive, so she just left it there. And after a while, she thought about it. She thought, what, Calvin is a good name. So I'm gonna change my 2-year-old son name from Kevin to Calvin, and that's what she did.
Happy ending.
Yeah. Everybody wins
for everybody. Man, I don't know if I'm gonna go to a tattoo artist. She should have double checked how it was written. You think you look and say, okay, yeah, that's the right spelling.
I mean, maybe she gave him the name and he had it, but for some reason he might have just spaced, right? And just
yeah, but like before they put a tattoo on you, they show you what it is. I mean, it's not like they just like write it on there and they're done. They usually show you what they're gonna do. Like he draws it out.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he did, but I don't know, man. Who knows?
And she didn't know how to spell it either.
I don't know, man.
There's an L in
Yeah, I know. No, I don't know what happened, but he fucked up, and she just said, yeah, I like that name.
It worked, I guess. Worked out in the end.
I know. That would be shitty if he put the L at the end of it. Kevin L. It doesn't even make sense.
He has to change his name.
I know. I know. So.
And then the Italian government wouldn't think it would be man enough.
I know.
So then you have to change it back.
Yeah. Nobody wins. So that's all I got.
All right. So, we're gonna go take a break, and then when we come back, we're gonna do the main topic, which is what did I call it? I don't remember. Oh, crazy internet conspiracy theories.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Oh yeah, I just looked on the internet today, and I found out there was crazy internet conspiracy theories.
Imagine that.
People do crazy shit. All right, when we come back, we'll be doing that. So we'll see you then. And we're back. So welcome to the world of the internet, where everyone and their grandma can piece together snippets of poorly reported news, half-truths, and rumors and post them on the webpage or social media site for the world to see. We thought having this amazing ability to share information would enhance our society. At least that's what I thought.
Sounds like a foolproof plan.
Yeah, so we thought that it would make us smarter, more knowledgeable, having the world at our fingertips.
Yeah, sounds great.
But it seemed to just make things more confusing. we have more information that we know what to do with. We as a society seem to be overwhelmed. We have so much data and we can't process it all. We take the simplest facts and distort them to fit our own agendas. We become so paranoid that we take our gifts of knowledge and turn it against ourselves. We try to connect things that might not need to be connected and create stories in our heads that might not be real. But it makes for interesting content.
That it does.
There are people out there that take this paranoia to a whole new level, forming theories that spill into our culture. So I present to you the craziest internet theories on the internet.
Dun-dun-dun.
The first one I have is the Ice Bucket Challenge. You remember that?
I do. Did you ever do that?
I did not, because I don't want to get wet.
Yeah.
Especially with ice water.
Yeah, I never saw the purpose of that. I didn't see how I was going to come out ahead on anything with that.
Yeah. So the Ice Bucket Challenge, they say, was a satanic ritual.
Satanic ritual?
Yeah. So if you did do it, you were helping Satan.
Ooh.
So a few years ago, all over the internet, internet celebrities, YouTubers, and everyone under the sun was doing the Ice Bucket Challenge. They would take a bucket full of ice water and dump it on themselves and name 3 people to do the same in the name of ALS, which is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yep.
So, of course, as usual, religious zealots have to always try to make everything about them.
Okay.
They decided that the challenge was a evil ritual to get everyone under the power of Satan.
What?
So, so the Christians' critics claim that the pouring of water on the head is a mocking of the Christian ritual of baptism. In one video where Justin Bieber douses himself with ice water for ALS, the critics claim that his friends, after he does that, his friend comes out and he's wearing a sports jersey with the number 33 on it.
Oh, the devil.
Oh,
Illuminati.
Like episode 33, yeah, says that the number 33 symbolizes a master number for the Freemason group, which is the highest spiritual consciousness available by a human being. So the number is basically like Illuminati. And then in another video where Oprah Winfrey does the Ice Bucket Challenge, before the water's poured on her head, Oprah Winfrey proclaims that in the name of ASL, the Ice Bucket Challenge. So she says that, and of course the Christian critics believe when she says that, saying that in the name of something, that could only mean that you're worshiping it. So ASL, it can't mean the name of the disease. It can't be that. So it has to mean ALS means Antichrist, Lucifer, and Satan.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
shit.
Now you're watching all these Satan worshippers dousing themselves in cold water.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, internet. So the critics go on so far to say that doing the Ice Bucket Challenge is pretty much on par with joining a terrorist group, because people would use the term like "ice us," for it, and so it sounded too close to the terror group ISIS.
Okay.
So this is all, doing this challenge was basically all wrong in every way for the critics. So I thought that was one of my favorites because it was so much paranoia in it, and like the videos I watch where people are like, they're seriously like going off about this stuff like it's like the end of the world.
Ice us. I like that. That's funny. Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah, I remember when that was big a while ago, and they're like, I mean, I would never think of anything like being Satan,
It's good.
You're helping like a cause.
It's because you and I are too stupid to put that together. That's why.
It's true that we're stupid, but I mean,
we can't fucking figure that out.
we're just not crazy.
It's so evident. Jesus, man, I can't believe that. All right, what else you got?
So the second one I have is Melania Trump. Is that how you say your name? Melania?
Melania? I don't know.
It's Melania, I think. So Melania Trump has a doppelganger that travels with the president.
A doppelganger? All right.
Yeah, so the conspiracy theory is that the first lady has been replaced by a body double, went viral, like because of in October, an actress and comedian Andrea Wagner Barton noticed that Trump had said in one of his speeches, "My wife, who happens to be right here," like he was all like saying it almost as if he was trying to convince people that she was here. Yeah. And she's not like some other person. So like over time, more and more people started, taking notice that. Over time, more people started taking notices of her appearances. And then a picture of a Secret Service agent came out, and she looked almost exactly like Melania.
She looked almost exactly?
Melania. Yeah, she's like, there's a picture, and she's like wearing a Secret Service suit and all that, and they look like twins.
Why would it be twins and not her?
Because it was a picture with both of them in the same picture.
Oh, I got you. So there's two of them there.
Yeah, so there's two of them, and so people are like, "Oh man, that's got to be her doppelganger," So this gave like more life to the theory, and then in another video, like there's a video where Trump is giving a speech thanking like servicemen for their hard work and stuff, and Vice President Pence is there. Mm-hmm. And the first lady's there, and she's standing right next to him. And Trump says, during the speech, she's like, "Melania wanted to be with us today, but she couldn't," and she's like standing right there.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, so now
he could have had like a old man moment. Like I said, didn't realize she was there.
So now, but so like after that, like every time she's on there, like she's really scrutinized. Just, people are trying to figure out if it's her or not, and see if it's a body double. So, and like you said, it could have been Trump just misspoke. From that, like everybody now has this thing that she has a doppelganger.
I'm kind of looking online right now. Some of the pictures that they alleged. I don't think the other one looks like her.
It does a little bit. It's just like I said, it's not close.
What, they're both white?
With the internet, you just kind of have to get close enough.
I don't know. Yeah. All right.
It's probably could even be photoshopped.
I know. I don't know. I don't see it. But then again, what the fuck do I know?
Yeah, I don't buy it. There's no reason for it.
Yeah, doesn't even make sense.
Like, she doesn't want to be. Yeah, she doesn't want to be there. She doesn't want to be there. So next one I have is this is an old one. Michelle Obama is a man, and she or he murdered Joan Rivers.
Oh shit!
So this one's from our favorite news reporter, Alex Jones.
Oh, Alex.
So in 2016, the infamous Alex Jones went on a rant about Michelle Obama being a man after Joan Rivers joked about her being a transgender. And 2 months after she joked about it, she ended up dying.
Oh.
Yeah, so Alex claims that the Obamas had poured fire down her throat.
What?
And killing her. She died from... She was having like surgery on her throat for like acid reflux.
Okay.
And she died during the surgery. Which was really weird because it wasn't like a complex surgery. It was a pretty simple one.
Sure. And
there was a lot of negligence that went on during the surgery.
Okay.
So Alex claims that the Obamas had her assassinated because she was telling people that she was the truth, that the so-called truth that Michelle was a man.
Oh.
So, and then Alex Jones goes on through several clips of President Obama calling the First Lady Michael in some of his speeches. So, like, yeah, you can watch the clips and he's there and he's talking about, he'll say something and he'll refer to Michelle as Michael.
No, I never heard that.
Yeah. There's a couple of them where he does.
Okay.
Or he misspeaks. So Alex Jones claims there is also shocking footage that had emerged where that's being censored all over the internet and it's being taken off the internet as fast as you can upload it, which I don't know if that can't even happen.
I was gonna say, what footage is that?
Michelle's walking from like a building into the car, and she says, and like they slow it down, and you can see like this bulge between her crotch. It looks like a huge penis, but it's like if you look at it, yeah, it does look like it, but it also looks like it's just a bulge in her dress.
Okay, that's a dick. I know what a dick looks like.
Penis confirmed.
Yeah, that's a man. He's a.
So, and Jones goes off and on the show with a series of pictures, and like he's going through a bunch of pictures, and he's like he like freezes the shots like where the dress or like the suit pants or whatever she's wearing will have like a bulge.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, there's another penis right there.
There's another one.
Yeah, so he's like,
this guy's looking for dicks.
So he's looking for dick. Alex Jones. This is conspiracy got started by Alex Jones himself, and
wait, isn't
anything that anything like he says, the right wing will always take it and like go with it.
So they treat it as gospel. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Didn't Alex Jones? Isn't he the one that said that Sandy Hook Elementary School was
yeah, like they had
fake?
Actors.
Because I think he was he getting sued or something for that?
From what I've heard, like the people that
the parents, right?
That the parents, yeah, are suing him.
That would be a tough one, man. I mean, what if your child had died there and somebody's on the news saying that, hey, that was fake, staged by the government?
But he just like spits out random stupid shit, and I don't know why like the people that listen to him like believe everything he says. I mean, shit, like they buy his supplements. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that
that one picture where it's like the before and after one that it said
he just looks red.
Where like yeah, the first where like he was supposed to look better, like buffer, and like he lost a bunch of weight, and he looks exactly the same except they just like made this fake tan where he just looks red.
Yeah, I remember that. That was wrong. Man. That was definitely wrong. You know what? And then Alex. Then he also like. I think I remember hearing like last year, like when he was, trying to get custody of his kids. I think he like told the judge that he's a fucking just an entertainer, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what he claimed, that he's an entertainer. And then like so that's he said that so that he can kind of get his custody for the kids. And then like I think it was like a couple days later he goes on the air and he was like, I just said that to get my kids.
Yeah, because I don't think he got custody, did he?
I don't think he did either.
Dang. Well, I guess if Alex wants to look for dicks now, I can let him do it, man. He's making money, man.
He's single now.
I don't know why we're knocking him, man. This guy's rich and we're not. So fuck.
I know. So if you guys want to buy some of our products, we have a.
Yeah, we're selling pens and pencils on our website.
We have the Strange Podcast rubbing lotion that you put on your body and it turns you red.
It's perfect for masturbation. But I don't masturbate, so don't ask me how I know that. God told me.
So the next one I have is the Queen of England is a cannibal. Queen Elizabeth II, she took the throne in 1952.
Say this lady's been living forever.
Yeah, she's like 90. She's 92 years old.
She's still
and
around.
she's still full of life.
Prince
So
Charles is waiting for her to die, and she won't die. Man.
that bitch won't go. But you know why? Because she's a Satanist.
Yeah,
That's what it says
there she
here.
goes. Sold her soul.
This guy was one of the. He used to hang around with the queen, and he was what they call a cultural philosopher, I guess. And his name is Hubert Humdinger, and he called the queen violently brilliant and packed with more energy than the sun. And he also stated that he believed that she must get the spirit from the energy of human muscle. So, so he was hinting that, and he also hinted that the royal family engaged in satanic rituals.
Do you have any proof on this?
And there's just what he says.
Okay. Good enough for me.
And then also, there's another financial analyst named Jim Willey, and he also believed the queen was a Satanist, and he would say that him and like other people would claim that every time the queen went to go visit Canada and certain states that you would go to, that children would go missing. And they would claim that William Coons claimed it in 1964. It was in Britain. They witnessed the queen kidnapping 10 children out of a Catholic school.
They witnessed her kidnapping?
Yeah, which sounds kind of like, just see this little old lady.
What the fuck?
Going in, like, trying to steal all these little kids out of the school.
Okay.
And there was another claim where an anonymous soldier who worked for the queen, he was there to repair some of the electrical wiring that went out in the kitchen. And when he checked the freezer, he found a collection of chopped up bodies, like body parts, like arms and legs. And he like freaked out. So like after he did that, he was like, "Oh, I'm out of here." And he told a couple people, and he's supposed to have like a book coming out later about his like time with the queen or whatever. But some believe that the royal family eats human flesh in order to prolong their life, which they claim that's how she gets to the age of 92, and that she's probably never gonna die.
Yeah, because nobody ever lived to 92.
Yeah, but
that's interesting how she was stealing kids from the orphanage. Yeah, what is she, like the Pied Piper? Like, what is she like? She played the flute on there. I know. They're all just following her in a trance. What the fuck?
Yeah, but like I say, like most of these are just rumors. There's just people that claim shit, but no one has any backing or real evidence about it.
Yep.
But like I said, it's on the internet, so it has
to be true. It has to be true.
Okay, so I got one more.
All right, what do you got?
This one is my favorite because it's
true.
I can't believe because it's 100% true. Basically, the Earth is flat.
Oh God.
So this theory has been around forever. Shit, I mean, people used to believe it back in
colonial times, right?
Yeah, just forever.
Yep.
And the weird is that today that theory has been, has a resurgence from social media, and now there's like minor celebrities like B.O.B., the rapper B.O.B., and like third-rate personalities like Tila Tequila believe that the Earth is flat, and they're skeptical about the globe model of the Earth. They think that NASA's lying to us. I honestly think this started out as a joke.
I think so too.
And people were just trolling, and pretty soon people started believing it because they have like the flat Earth Society, and they have like conferences now.
There's a society on this?
Yeah, they have a website. You can go to the Flat Earth Society website, and they have all this like quote science.
Oh, I gotcha.
Which basically is just poor science.
Poor science. Looking science from 1800s, huh?
Yeah.
So I think I've seen some of that with Neil deGrasse Tyson, like having like going like Twitter wars with them, right?
Yeah. And it's kind of hard to go. You can't really win with these guys because no matter what you tell them,
it's not good enough.
Fake.
Yeah,
that's fake. Yeah. So it's always like just move the goalpost on it. Like with the flat Earth model, I mean, the Earth is pretty much in the shape of a circle. The edges of the Earth are basically this big old giant ice wall that goes around.
Ice wall?
And it's like an ice wall, yeah.
Okay.
And they say like if you try to go out and to the edge of the Earth, for some reason there's this military team that nobody knows where.
A military
who's
team?
Who's funding them? Like will like kill you if you try to go to the ice wall.
Jeez.
But above the Earth is a dome.
Okay.
So like basically it's like a snow globe.
Oh yeah.
So in the sun is smaller, and so it's not where it says it's supposed to be smaller and hovering above the Earth. And
is the sun in the globe too?
I think it's, I think it is the way they describe it.
Okay.
And it just kind of goes around in a circle like a merry-go-round, and the moon does the same thing.
Wait, it goes in a circle. How does it go in a circle if it's a flat Earth?
Well, because it goes around like a merry-go-round. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Many of the deniers claim that NASA's lying, like I said, to everyone, and that the footage is always faked or CGI's. And the thing is, like with NASA, it's partially true because a lot of the photos that they have, I mean, they're not. You can't just present it to people because you can't take a picture of the whole Earth because you have to get so far back to do it.
Mm-hmm. So you
can't
really prove that.
So the only way you can really take a picture of it is to take multiple pictures and put them together.
Oh, so that could be faked.
So they're like, oh, that's it's all CGI,
Photoshop.
Yeah, and all photoshopped and stuff.
I have heard of people saying that.
Yeah, but but even then, like with the flat Earth models, the way they have theirs set up, none of it works. Like there's no way.
So what are they accomplishing at these conferences?
They just take whatever real science it is, and they're just like, well, that can't be true because of this, or that can't be true because of that,
So they don't actually. All they're trying to do is debunk, but they're not giving any real
but they don't
reasons
or
why the science is why it's flat.
Yeah, so when you call them out, it's like, okay, then how does it work? How does the sun move, and how does this move?
Yep.
And they don't have anything that works.
Oh, they don't.
Yeah, well, if you think about, I mean,
no, I'm not gonna think about it because I don't subscribe to that. I just want to know what they think.
So
I didn't know that.
It's gotten so serious to the point where there's a man named Mad Mike Hughes, a self-proclaimed daredevil, rejected the fact that Earth was a globe, and he's tried to launch himself into space off of the private property and with a homemade rocket.
Okay.
And he's trying to get to the altitude of 1,800 feet so he can look down and see if there's a curvature to the Earth.
Okay.
So in March, he got to 1,875 feet. Mm-hmm. So he got to where he wanted to, but he didn't really get to look at it because
he passed out.
There's so much shit. Yeah, well, yeah, you would try to go up there and he almost died.
Okay.
Doing it. So the guy spent like $20,000 to get that rocket up in the air.
Okay. So it was all for nothing.
Basically for nothing. So
does he still believe it's flat?
That's what they say.
Okay.
Which is kind of ridiculous because he spent $20,000 and all he has to really do is go look at a sunset.
Yeah,
because the sunset.
I think I've read that they say that the sunset you can still see it going down the whole way. I think isn't that what their explanation is? That.
But their model doesn't work though. If you go look at a sunset, it all goes all the way down until it disappears. But the way theirs goes, the sun would never set.
Don't they say maybe it's going behind mountains and stuff like that, or
it wouldn't, because it would still be it would if you're looking at it, it wouldn't go down. It would go sideways.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because it would have to take that rotation.
Maybe they think that the Earth maybe they think the Earth's fucking tilting, like it's on a teeter totter.
I don't know. They're not thinking at all. So anyway, like I say, that's the one that really kind of frightens me because there's a lot of people.
They're subscribing to it more. I think
they think everyone's lying to them, but they'll believe some YouTuber who has no education, but they won't believe a scientist who's their life is dedicated.
Well, can't you say?
Or astronauts.
Can't you say the same thing about people who deny global warming?
That's what I say about them too, because they.
I mean, same thing, right? They'll believe some YouTube
really
video,
science.
But if there's science, well, where's that scientist from, or where did he get his degree from? It's but you're listening to some fucking 17-year-old who's, he fills your agenda. But somebody who's a scientist is that's fake because they were paid off by maybe some liberal news or something. I don't know. It seems similar.
It is similar.
I'm not trying to be political on this,
but I mean, the science on this has already been proven. But it just kind of makes me sad that it was people were kind of regressing.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's remember the times when Galileo and everyone, they had to hide their mathematics and their astronomy, right? Because that was all taboo, and
because
I mean, I feel
because
humans lost 400 years of any advancement because of that.
And I don't know, and I think a lot of it is because of the religious aspect of it. Because I mean,
everything was from God.
I actually know personally maybe 2 people that were on when I was on Facebook that would post flat Earth stuff, and they actually believed it.
Oh, really? Did you ever talk to them about that?
I did, and I would ask them, okay, show me your model, your flat Earth model, where a sunset would work, and they would never respond back.
Oh, they wouldn't?
No, because they couldn't.
Well, I figured they would have some. I mean, somebody's got to have made some reasoning for that, right?
Well, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, I get that.
But but they always want to you can't go into space. And,
yeah, you're being lied to.
Because they want the fact that the Earth is the center of the universe. If it's not, then it's like, what reason is there for God?
So you're saying this is being brought on because of God, religion?
I think a lot of people fall into that because of religion.
So we're the main bright star in the galaxy. We're the only ones.
Yeah, like everything should revolve around us. Yeah, and I think a lot of just the two that I know personally. Uh-huh. That's kind of where they base it from.
Oh, really? So they're religious.
They're really religious, and then that's kind of where they like, God made the Earth the center of the universe, so that model has to be right.
Has to be. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, all right. Everybody, stop. Close your textbooks. We got the answers now. Okay, it's all explained.
It's all done.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't know why we even were debating this. Man, I don't know, man. That's too much. That's too rich for me. I think I'm too dumb to understand their logic. I just don't think. I can't get it, man. Doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't.
And like you said, I don't like how we're regressing on this.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, but I mean, at least it's entertaining, huh?
I don't know. I mean, the thing about it is, like you said, you can't argue with anybody like that because that's how they believe, and they're just gonna argue with you. You cannot prove anything to them.
Yeah, and that's what most people who believe in conspiracy theories are. It's like they have their mind made up. Yeah, and no matter what you tell them,
no matter what facts or what you show them or anything, it's not going to happen.
It'll be fake. It's fake as long as it, the only thing they believe is that whatever their agenda is or whatever they already agreed upon to believe.
Yep. Yeah, it's a lost cause. I learned it's a lost cause. I learned on Facebook. That's one of the only things I got out of Facebook when I used to use it was I learned is don't argue with people. It's a lost cause, man.
Yeah, it's just a waste of time.
You're not going to change anybody's mind. You're not going to change my mind, so I'm not going to change yours.
Yeah.
Just how it is. Well, those were good. Those were good. I'm glad all those were true. I'm glad the internet has provided us with knowledge again that we can all bask in. And
you walked away with more knowledge than you came.
I know. Man, that's all good shit. I still like us. That's so dumb. That's so funny.
Oh, the things they do. The things they believe.
I mean, you know what? It's almost kind of smart because they put these things together. I didn't even think of that. So
it's like that one with the monster, the Antichrist, the monster.
Yeah.
Where they put all that shit together, and you're like, "What the hell?
Yeah,
is wrong with you?"
Yeah. Like, why can't you fucking figure out how to cure cancer? But instead, you put this stupid conspiracies together. You can't do something good with your mind, man. You're a smart person, but yet you pulled up these dumb conspiracies. God damn it! Fucking do something good. Stop wasting everybody's time.
Stop wasting our time.
Fuck, man. Seriously, man. Sometimes you meet people that are like really smart, and it's like, why are you focusing on this stupid shit? Yeah. Like, I mean, I've met people like that, and I'm like, man, you're actually pretty intelligent. You know how to write code. You know, understand all this about mathematics and sciences, but yet you're like fucking stuck on, like we're living on the Earth's flat, and wonder turtles are keeping us, afloat. On the back of a turtle or something.
Sitting on the back of a turtle, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, man. Like, I wish I had your brain, because I would fucking beat your ass with it. So anyway, that's all we got for today, folks.
All right, so it's time for us to go. So everybody have a good morning, evening, or night, and we'll see you next week. Until then, stay strange.
Stay strange, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you enjoy the show, please go to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you're listening, and please give us a good rating. If you want to share a story or have ideas for a future episode, you're welcome to visit us at www.thestrangepodcast.com. We look forward to hearing from you.